Good afternoon, everybody. I wanted to take you guys along on a little adventure that I've been on, and it is all about how we can leverage a little bit of marketing using ChatGPT. Now, this is going to be focused on an individual who has a YouTube page, and in some of my previous marketing focused trainings, I have looked at how we as real estate agents can speed up the process of creating things like thumbnails or social media posts using applications like Canva. And when we do this, we can just speed up our entire workday. We can focus on those tasks that we can automate out. Now, that is great for speed, but as I was spewing out that advice, I realized that there are some other things that we need to focus in on when we are building out marketing, specifically for YouTube. And so you guys are finding this on YouTube. I don't even know if you have a YouTube page, but when we are building out our Workflow Secrets YouTube videos, I had previously in the past had a process. So I want to show you guys, this is our YouTube page. And we've had a lot of growth in the last month or so. So if you are new to this channel, I am so grateful that you found us. I would be so honored if you would like this video and share our channel with any of your real estate friends who are looking at learning a little bit more about ChatGPT or how to apply ChatGPT to your real estate business, because that is the main focus of most of the content that I've been posting recently. And in the sage words of Gary Vaynerchuk, document, don't create. So a lot of these videos are just showing you guys my own fumblings and process as we move through. But what I had been doing in the past is, as I was creating these videos, I was speeding through the creation of the thumbnail. Now, this can be good because it gets the content out there, and I'm not sitting on ideas, just belaboring or waiting for them to come to me. But what I realized was I was not utilizing it effectively. So here is in Canva all of the thumbnails that I had created for our YouTube page, right? And things that you might notice is they were all the same, right? The text is white, but it was kind of hard to read when it was scaled down. This image is interesting, but again, I think it was just a little too busy. And I think that once I realized it's really busy, it's hard to read for me, myself, now I need to focus through the lens of the wandering audience or the people who find these videos, and that's you, right? So if you've seen any of these in the past, you probably somehow found your way into our videos, and I'm so grateful for that. But I just felt like I could do better. And so what I did was I went ahead in Canva, I started finding a couple different templates that I liked, and I brought them all over into one page that I've labeled YouTube Thumbs Library. And I did a little bit of research. Now, what I realized was I did not have strong attention grabbing thumbnails that were empowering or encouraging you to tune into the video. I was just taking the title, I was plugging it in, same image, same content, and then I was shipping it. And like I said, speed is good, but sometimes it's not the best thing to do. And because I was able to leverage ChatGPT on so many other things in our business, I didn't have to spend all day writing emails. I was able to write a couple emails in the morning, and then I got to focus on this, the creative pursuit. And what I have a feeling this is going to do is help our videos out. So I had gathered a couple different images, and I had started building a couple different, and I started playing around with just making them more attention grabbing, simplifying the text, and really making them inviting to try and draw you guys in. So I did all of this, and then I also went ahead and I cataloged all of the different information in an Excel spreadsheet or a Google Sheets. So what I did first is I included the URL just so it's handy dandy, and I listed out the old titles. Now, as of yesterday, 3/21/2023, and this video may actually air a little bit. I do have some of these staggered out on scheduled delay, but I cataloged the views as well as the date in which those views were cataloged. And then I went ahead and I started applying some of those concepts that I had learned about how to write better titles. And then I built those thumbnails based around the titles. And those thumbnails are the ones that I just showed you guys, these right here. But this is what I did. And so you can see, like our old title was OpenAI's ChatGPT in residential real estate, how to apply AI to your business. Now, that was a decent number of, or that was a decent way of explaining it. And it's shown by, 1,294 views, which is crazy to me. So if you've watched that video, thank you. But I added a couple little tweaks just to make it a little more enticing, empowering, or to draw you in just a little bit more. So I added a couple hashtags because you can hashtag YouTube titles as well as hashtag descriptions, and it helps YouTube understand when it's cataloging all the different information. Just like all of our social media does when we utilize hashtags, it kind of tells YouTube, oh, this is what the focus is. Okay, makes sense to me. So OpenAI's ChatGPT in residential real estate, how to apply hashtag AI to your hashtag real estate business. So generally speaking, all I really did was added a couple hashtags and shipped that. So that's one that I felt like was doing pretty well, and the view count would showcases that as well. Under this orange line, though, there were quite a few videos that I had posted, and they just weren't doing super well as far as traffic to them goes. So I realized I really needed to rewrite or refocus the message. And then from the message being refocused, I was able to redo those thumbnails. So again, just completely rehauling all of this different content. So this first example, actually, I want to show you this one. So I know that C.O.R.E strategies is a framework we share at Workflow Secrets. It's Mark's framework. It's conversions, operations, retentions, and experiences. Those are the 4 areas you as a real estate agent need to have good systems in your business. And we share this framework. We teach on this framework. We teach you how to apply all of those different core strategies into your business. And just as a light plug for that, actually, if you are interested in learning all about the core strategies and applying ChatGPT to that, we do have a free 1.5 hour long webinar where we dive into that. So all you would have to do is go to workflowsecrets.info/REGPT web. REGPT web, right? And it'll take you here. I will throw that link down in the description. So if you would like, go ahead and pause this video, scroll down to the description, click on that link, and it'll take you to this. Now, once you are here, you can watch this video, and it's going to share with you a little bit about what we're going to be covering in this training, or you can read all about it as it's written out in plain text. Now, if you decide, you know what, I am in for a free 1.5 hour long training on how I, as a real estate agent, can start applying the core strategies, conversions, operations, retentions, experiences with AI, with ChatGPT to my business, click this register my spot now. Now, what it's going to ask you for is your name and your email address. And once you give your name and your email address, our system will automatically send you some bonus resources that is going to give you all of the prompts that we use in this training. And then it's going to direct you directly to this training. So you guys are going to get some really powerful stuff in this training, including a little bit of a foundation on AI, some core concepts. We're going to dive into how you as a real estate agent can start using all of the different core strategies, all of the prompts that Mark shares in this training. We're going to be giving to you for free. And our goal is just to help give you the tools as a real estate agent to start applying that. Now, after you've done this training, if you'd like to go one step further, we do have a training called the Core Agent in ChatGPT event. This is a self-paced training that you can purchase from us. And it's got several hours of trainings over each of the different core elements, the conversions, the operations, the retentions, the experiences. We even have some bonus training, including some marketing training, and then resources like this Workflow Secrets Chat GPT prompt guide. It's pretty well a 150-page book that you get access to. It teaches you all about what you would need to know as a real estate agent. And Mark and I put this together. Mark was focusing specifically on the 3 decades of working with real estate agents and kind of boiling down everything that we've learned using ChatGPT into what you might need to know so that you can apply it to your real estate business. But if you're interested, all you would have to do is click here to sign up for that. It'll take you to an order page. You can order it, and then you will gain access to a members area that you will then be able to use to watch all of that training. But where I would suggest starting is the real estate and ChatGPT training. It's free. It's an hour and a half long, and you can find that either in the description or workflowsecrets.info/REGPT web. But that's my light little pitch for you guys. Let's go back to what we were talking about over here. So core strategies is something that we focus on. And I realized, oh man, I know what the core strategies is, and you know what the core strategies is because you've been watching this video. But if I was to be looking at this title, what does that mean? Why is it important to me? How is this video going to drive value for me? And I realized I had dropped the ball on that. So I went ahead and I rewrote this. And I think I realized I dropped the ball because of how few views it had on a really powerful video, right? So I changed it to hashtag AI and residential hashtag real estate. Your secret to warp speed your success in business using ChatGPT. Now, it's a little more enticing. You might find yourself wondering, what is that secret that is going to warp speed my success in business? And the secret is the core strategies, if you're wondering. So I started doing things like this to build out better overall titles that I could then plug in with all of these different cards that the card itself is not utilizing the exact same copy. It's kind of pairing off of it and giving you some more intrigue, some more interest. And so this is how YouTube works, right? So if you are in the YouTube game, if you are on a YouTube journey as a real estate agent, there's a little marketing nugget. Now, this is a ChatGPT series, and at that point, I finished the day and I like high-fived myself. I said, Cody, you did a great job. Nice work. I think I housed something like 31 videos with new titles, new thumbnails. I've got all of their views recorded from the date in which it was recorded. And now I can start looking at all of the progress that happens. And within our YouTube channel, the really cool thing that I can do is I can start to look for analytics, right? And so analytics are just going to tell me how a video is doing. And the goal would be for me to see a drastic spike upward from the 21st of March to the 22nd of March. Now, it's been one day, and it looks like there has not, in this specific video, been a drastic spike. So I could start kind of tweaking and refining all of these thumbnails, all of the titles to do that. But that's kind of the game that I can now play because I've utilized ChatGPT to do some other tasks in my business. I have time to focus, again, on a more creative pursuit, something that is background, something that I had always wanted to do but didn't have time to do. I now have time for. But I did this, and I realized this morning, I was literally in the shower thinking about this, and I said, oh, Cody, you goober, why didn't you use ChatGPT to empower your title creation even further, because ChatGPT is going to understand what you need to have access to. So what I did was I opened up a new tab in ChatGPT and I said, I want to share a list of YouTube video titles I created and how I adjusted them to better perform, making a baseline statement of what I would like to do. For the first set, please acknowledge you understand the list, and after that, I will input how I adjusted them. Once I've input that second set, please validate the titles or offer suggestions how to make them even better to target real estate agents who are tech savvy and interested in applying ChatGPT and AI to their business. So let's break down this prompt real quick. I explained what I wanted to do, how I was going to do it by plugging in that first step, what I wanted it to do for having plugged in that first set. I don't want you to do anything, just acknowledge that you received it. And on that second set, please validate the titles or offer suggestions. So once I've given you all that I have, I want you to help me out, right? But before I do that, I'm just going to give you some information. I don't need anything from you until that point. And then I also included that I am focusing on real estate agents who are tech savvy and interested in applying ChatGPT and AI to their business, so that ChatGPT understands who I'm looking to talk to, who my audience is, so that it can make those better suggestions. So said, sure, please go ahead and share this list. And I cataloged old YouTube titles and I went over to this handy dandy spreadsheet. I just clicked on it and I shared that with ChatGPT. So it got a little confused and it started assuming that I had given it the full list. Now I could have given it the old and the new, and I'm sure it would have been just fine. But I wanted to break it out into 2 prompts just so that it wasn't a monster of a prompt in length. So it did assume that I had given it that second set, and it started trying to write these suggestions. This is where, here's your vocab word, discernment comes into play. And so I had to kind of course correct ChatGPT. I said, thank you for the recommendations. I have not yet given the second set. Oh, so sorry. Go ahead and share that second set. No problem. Thanks for your help. Here's the second set of titles. So I'm directly stating to it, nope, this is the information I was going to feed you. And then I went back up top and I grabbed that piece of the prompt that I had initially given and I restated it. Now, I didn't necessarily have to restate it, but because it had gotten confused, I wanted to ensure that the prompt was as well developed as it possibly could be, so that it would give me out what I was looking for. So these are the titles offered side by side, ordered side by side with the old titles. So what I'm trying to explain there is, like, these are listed the same way that the other ones are listed from old to new, so that you can kind of compare and validate. And then I said, please validate these titles, offer suggestions, targets real estate agents, tech savvy. Like I said, plug that in. New titles, and then I plugged this whole list. Now, this is where I think ChatGPT got confused, because I did have this large space, and that large space is actually where this little break was from my better performing to my not so well performing videos. I should have gone and cleaned that up. That's on me. But it was able to offer some suggestions. So ChatGPT saved the day as far as coming back in clutch. So what it did was it started giving me some suggestions. So here's how you could improve what you have written. And it gives me all of these. I said, thank you. This is something that I personally love to do after I receive suggestions from ChatGPT, and it's validating why. Why did you do this? Not only does it help me learn what its decision-making process was, but in validating why did you do this, I can look at the logic behind it and start to figure out, okay, is its logic sound? Was this good advice? Was this not good advice? Should I take the advice of ChatGPT when I'm tweaking and refining these to ensure that I am putting out good information into the world? So why do you recommend these edits to the new titles? And it said, sure. And it starts to explain. So I suggested adding today to emphasize the urgency of applying AI to real estate business. I suggested adding the strategy to clarify the purpose of the video and highlight the importance of lead generation. So it is giving me all of these validating things, explaining when it added context or added text to the title that I had given, why. And so I can look at this list and make good decisions based on my knowledge as an expert, my understanding as a marketing individual, if this is good. And truthfully, this was great. So I was like, cool, okay, I see why you did that. I understand better for my own personal context why you would do it. And now I understand that the suggestions you gave are good. Now, at this point, I realized, wait a second, I was back in the spreadsheet, and probably the last 10 prompts were just empty, right? And I was like, wait a second, it didn't give me all the prompts. And so I was like, ooh, whoops. So I said, based on your suggestions, we already covered that. I said, please finish the output from above. Now, again, wasn't giving the best context. I probably should have gone back up here and clicked the edit button, copied this prompt, rewritten it to have it finish out this list, and then moved forward. But I did like having all of this context, so I just left it. And I said, please finish the output from above. It starts giving me the suggestions or the logic behind it. I was like, oh, come on, Cody, you can do better than that. That's not exactly what you wanted. So I said, based on your response above, great job on revising these titles. Here are my suggestions, which is a direct call to this prompt output that it gave me, right? When it started giving me those suggestions, I said, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. So in quotes, would you please finish the list of suggestions for the part where it states for the second set of video titles. So basically I'm saying, whoa, I goobed up, and I actually needed that full list, and it apologized for the confusion, and it circles back to add the reason or the logic behind all of these, which is good because it's giving the logic for the specific ones. So I said, okay, I see what it tried to do. We've, in ChatGPT's mind, moved on to a different question. So it's getting confused because that prompt was just a little bit higher up and I wasn't calling attention to it appropriately. So I said, would you please take these titles and apply those adjustments you made from the list you just provided in the prompt output above? So two ways I could have done this. I could have taken all of these titles and re-input them and asked it to apply all of these changes to it, or I just took a first stab at it by just asking it to do that. Luckily, it figured it out. So what it did was it gave me this full list, and it actually circled back and gave me the whole list. So I had only been missing these prompts right here, and then actually also included the ones up top. So that was kind of appreciated. That was neat. I did secondarily validate that these prompts that it gave initially, like 11, 12, 13, 15, up to 19. I did validate that these first almost 10 were written the same, or if they weren't written the same, I observed what was different about them to just understand, ChatGPT is never going to give the exact same thing twice. So why did it change it? Why is it different? Those were pretty solid. And then I took these and applied them. And then what I did is I grabbed these, I plugged them into my spreadsheet, and now I have my old titles, my new titles, and the outputs that ChatGPT gave me. So now I can start applying more discernment, and I can start looking at, again, kind of like I did at the beginning of this video, what is the difference? what words did it add? And then I can go back and I can look at the logic behind adding each piece. Again, kind of training myself on all of this different information and trying to understand how I can better source information into YouTube. And so now all I have to do is take this list and go back into my YouTube and then go to these channels. And on all of the videos that it had me suggest, I just hit the 3 dots, edit title and description. I can quickly edit those titles if I need to add context to the description so that it's working with itself. SEO on YouTube plays that way, where the title and the description, if you use the same keywords within the first 2 sentences, it really likes that. So now I can start to build a better channel. And again, the goal of this is to be able to observe these analytics and watch for large spikes that happen, because that means that I've done something that was well received. I've done something that has improved their overall metrics. And at the end of the day, the goal would be to get this number from 67 to 6,000, because that would mean I was helping 6,000 real estate agents understand how to apply ChatGPT. And I think that being able to help a larger community is really cool. So that is what I did to kind of utilize ChatGPT in a YouTube channel setting, and how I was able to do that, the goobing of the overall process, as well as where I started, where I moved to, and then finally realizing, wait a second, Cody, we can do this even better. And the reason I was able to use ChatGPT is because I had used ChatGPT in previous settings in writing out email copy that I needed to send out to some of our leads for our lead generating efforts, and writing email copy for some of our past clients and offering them additional resources and aid, and offering out different social media posts, just all sorts of stuff that I needed to get done that was on my to-do list, but I was able to do it much faster because of ChatGPT. And so now that that was all done, all of the stuff that I had to get done, I can do fun things like this. So I just think that this concept is an incredible one. And I think it directly applies to how you as a real estate agent can take all of your to-do list items, start focusing on, okay, I know that I need to build out a workflow that has a series of emails that go out to leads, to nurture them, to build those relationships so that I can get those leads into signed contracts, and I can get those signed contracts into closings. Those closings then turn into past clients. Those past clients, then I just have to build those relationships additionally with. And guess what? That's the core strategies. That's how we apply those different pieces. And utilizing or leveraging ChatGPT to build out all of those experiences is going to help you be able to find more time in your life. Now, after I did all that, guess what I got to do? I got to go enjoy my hobby yesterday evening, because I wasn't tied down to work. And now I feel much better. I feel revitalized and ready to make more YouTube videos so that I can service you guys, showcasing what we've done. I am going to spend a little bit of time this afternoon working on a new product that we are going to be having available to you guys. Mark and I have been working really diligently to build out some really cool stuff, and I'll share that at some later point when it's ready. But I'm going to spend some time working on that. And we actually have a couple more trainings that we are looking at. How can we effectively build this? What is the content we want to offer? And how can we build it in a way that is such a great value for you guys that you just can't help but say yes to it? But that's what we've got going on. And that is how I was leveraging ChatGPT, and a little bit of an insight into how you, if you're building out a YouTube channel, can create better titles, create better thumbnails, and leverage ChatGPT to do all of that. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. That's about all I've got. One final, just minor pitch. If you are interested in learning a little bit more about the core strategies, about applying ChatGPT to your real estate business, go to the link in the description. go ahead and sign up for that free hour-and-a-half long training. It's going to give you just the strongest foundation that I think you could ever have. I know there are quite a few people out there who are already charging. They think that they're experts in ChatGPT. It's been out for like 5, maybe 6 months. And I personally don't believe anyone can be an expert in something in such a small time frame. So I would be leery of that. They're charging lots of money. We are giving you everything you need for free. And then we do have additional courses that go deeper into those concepts. If you would like to purchase those, we do have those. And that is the best way that you could support Mark and I, other than liking and subscribing to this video and our channel and sharing with all your friends. Our community is growing fast. And I'm just so honored to have you guys, but I can't do it without you. So if you would help me out, either going, liking, subscribing, helping me build out this YouTube channel, or go pick up that real estate, that core agent and ChatGPT training, learn all about it, get some bonus training, some incredible resources, and really set yourself up for success. I think that the dawn of AI is upon us. It's here. We made it. And there are going to be a lot of real estate agents just like you who are learning all you can about ChatGPT, how to apply it to your business, and then they're actually doing the work. And once they've done the work, some incredible things are happening. And I'm so excited to watch it unfold. I'm so excited to get to celebrate and cheer you on as you do that. But that's the video. And I will see you guys very soon.